my journey, I have had very numerous spiritual experiences since childhood, like, out of body experiences. I could sometimes see angels or see angels speaking, something, many spiritual experience. And if you have watched this movie, Oh My God or PK, okay, whatever the questions Amir Khan and Paresh Rawal had asked in those two movies, I had been asking to my grandfather since I was 5. Okay, so I was very curious, but at the same time, despite having spiritual experiences, despite being very intuitive, sensitive, I suffered a lot in a practical life. I had been through severe anxiety and so many issues, I had in practical life. So I relied on self-help, mind training, energy science related books. Okay, I used to read a lot of books. I used to implement those techniques in my practical life, and that's how I improved my personality. I manifested many things, and that's how my journey began. Okay, and I realized this spiritual world and a practical world is not two different worlds. Okay, and my intention is always is to bridge the gap between spiritual and the practical work. Okay, and I consulted one reader when I was going through a major confusion in my life, and I was very awestruck when that reading came very accurate, क्योंकि पास्ट के बारे में इतना जो भी मेरे कुछ फ्रेंड्स भी नहीं जानते ऐसे सब चीजें रीडिंग्स में, आई वाज लाइक वाओ, दिस इज समथिंग, कुछ तो है इसमें. सो आई गॉट वेरी क्यूरियस एंड दैट इज द रीजन आई लर्नड टैरो कार्ड एंड एवरीथिंग. So but my journey began with spiritual sciences and manifestation sciences, and that is the reason I could integrate it in my tarot card practice. Okay, ma'am, what she actually want is most important and right soul merge and right childbirth. Correct. Yes, yes, absolutely. You're right. You're right. But point is, this is what she wants. But are you equipped to tell her how to, how to create that? Are you equipped to tell her how you can release guilt? How not to, are you equipped to erase all her negative emotion? That is my question. Okay, so yeah, so coming back to my journey, so yes, so and I was amazed that the tarot cards reflected the same philosophy. Okay, so I always had, yes, but how? Not just positive. See, sometimes see, I'm a big advocate of thinking positive, but sometimes our, don't you think so, our logical minds more reasoning? Yes or no? I see. I come from sports background. I come from, and somebody said, right, someone was from science background. तो ऐसे लोगों के लिए तो और लगता है कि unless until you my logical mind is convinced, I can't, I can deal with it, right? So that is the reason, to convince your logical mind, you need to keep your barriers down. Okay, so how to do that? Knowledge is the best thing. Okay, when we know how it happens, why it happens, our logical mind gets convinced that our barriers are lowered, and then we can manifest. You all agree? Fine. Coming back to my journey. So that's how I began. I began with manifestation sciences. I began with mind training. I began with life skills. I began with spirituality, and then I came to tarot. And that is the reason I could integrate everything beautifully. So that's the quick journey. So yeah. So yes, now coming to tarot cards. Okay. Yes, fine. Chalo. So now let's start off. So are you all now excited to learn about tarot cards? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Yes, fine. So, fine. So this is a very typical structure of any tarot card deck. So there are 78 cards, okay? And there are two sets, okay? One is minor arcana set and one is major arcana set, okay? In minor arcana, we have 56 cards, and in major arcana, we have 22 cards, okay? And the minor arcana section is further divided into four subsection, which is called suits. So we have suit of cups, suit of wands, suit of swords, and suit of pentacle. This is a typical structure of tarot deck. Okay, fine. So there are very different. You'll see on Amazon or in shop, different tarot decks are available. Okay, but beginner friendly, or you'll say the original tarot deck is Rider Waite tarot deck. So for example, okay, one second. Fine. So this is a fool card. So left hand side, you will see the fool card from light seer deck. Again, this is a fool card from Rider Waite deck. And again, this is a fool card from Angel Wisdom tarot deck. Okay. So there are different tarot decks available in the market. But the structure will remain same. The full card ka meaning same hi rahega. Okay. Only the design would be different. Design. Okay. So if you see here, this person is leaving, his home, embarking on the new journey. Again, here also the theme is same, that, he's at the on the edge of the cliff, is again, hopeful that he wants to begin new journey. Again, here, this lady is very hopeful and looking up in towards the sky and embarking on the new journey, right? So yeah, so you understand? So this is the typical structure of any tarot card deck. Okay. So okay, now again, I would like to quickly talk about basics. So first of all, tarot cards are just a pure medium. Okay. Each and every card has got some or other story and images. Okay. Images, story, emotion, and so on. Okay. And what happens? How does it work? How does tarot card reading work? For example, so we in Marathi we have this concept called kaul lavne. For example, if I want to talk to God, if I want to talk to divine, how will I talk? Because divine does not have any form, right? So I will take a flower in my hand and I will just simply pray, and I will ask my question, like, for example, uh, dear Shiva, okay, can you please tell me, is this job right for me or not? Okay, and then I'll offer, flower to Shiva, and I'll set an intention. If this flower falls to the right hand side, the answer is yes, and if this flower falls to left hand side, the answer would be no, right? So this whole process is called Kaul Lavne. Okay, so now here. Food is just a medium. The flower which I'm offering to Shiva is just a medium, and I have set the right intention that, Shiva will definitely direct the flower to fall on either right or left side. And through the flower, the message would be conveyed to me. Are you all with me? Yes or no? Quickly. Just, I'm explaining the basic concept, like how does tarot card reading work? Yes, no, yes, no. Correct. Okay. So tarot cards are just a pure medium. Okay. We have to connect to the universe, angels, God. Even if you don't believe in God, just connect to the universe and ask what is the right answer for this person, or what is the answer to the question which is being asked. And then we are guided to a right card. Okay. So cards are just a pure medium through which we can channel divine messages. All right. So yeah, I have already explained you the structure, the major arcana and minor arcana, right? So now let's focus on the major arcana. So now tell me, what are the major events which happens in our lives, human life? Major events. Major events like just marriage. Yes, it's a major event. What else? Which changes your life completely. Major event. What else? Marriage, yes. What else? Career, job, profession, but event. So you're just giving an option. But yeah, you're right, Naina. Fine. So major arcana cards is a set of cards which will reflect all major life events, or major life lessons, or events which are, or something which has a very high intensity of emotions or feelings, or some inevitable events, or some major decisions, or something which will have a very long-term impact on life. I will quickly, give example. As I said, pre-birth planning concept. So we don't plan our whole life. We plan rough themes. Okay. But roughly certain events are planned. Roughly, not ki वैसे ही होगा, but yes, they are planned. Okay. Okay. So 1% life is destined, 99% is it's a free will. All right. So अगर major arcana cards आपके death, absolutely very right answer, death, permanent job, accident, very true, very true, something which changes your life, all positive events as well as negative events, very true, very right answer, right? So these major arcana cards will reflect what is destined in your life, what are some events which are inevitable to happen. Okay, intensity of emotion. So for example, if I for example, if I'm struggling to crack interview. Okay, I'm struggling to get a job, and it's been 5 years. I've been experiencing major failure. Okay, I've applied to hundreds of companies, appeared for 50 interviews. I couldn't crack a single interview. I've been unemployed for 5 years, and one day suddenly I get a job. So what is this event, major or minor? Come on, answer. Is this a major event in my life? Exactly, major event. Now, vis-a-vis my friend, who keeps changing his job after every, say, 6 months. It's very easy for him. CV update करो, immediately call आता है, interview crack करता है. After every 6 months, he keeps changing the job. So job change in his case is a major or minor? Exactly. Now you get it. Perfect. Right answer. Smart. Smart people. All right. So now you understand. So it's not about the event as such, but the, what do you say, the background. Like, for example, if I'm struggling to conceive, I'm not able to conceive, say, for 8 years, and suddenly I conceive, it's a major event. Okay, I'm not able to find a right partner. I'm struggling, मेरा बार बार breakup ही हो रहा है. I'm not able to, attract a very committed relationship. And finally, after say 8 years, 10 years, finally I got someone, who's ready to commit to me. It's a major event. Vis-a-vis a person, every year कुछ ना कुछ ब्रेकअप होता ही रहता है. ऐसे मतलब जिनके लिए अफेयर ब्रेकअप इज लाइक अ नॉर्मल थिंग. For me, it's not. I'm looking for a commitment, but I'm not getting it. Right? So it's a relative term. You understand? Fine. So now let's do this activity together. So this is a card. Okay, this is a magician card from Rider Waite tarot deck, and this is a major arcana card. So let's analyze this card together. Okay. So I don't want you to wear a tarot card reader ka hat. Just as a layman. Okay. You're just imagine you're looking. This is just a picture. What do you see in the picture? Okay. Now it's now it will be a very very interactive session. So we are learning together. Okay, so this is a magician card. It's a major arcana card. Okay. What do you see in the card? What is your first impression? Okay, just start narrating. So for example, I see a yellow color background. I see a magician. Okay, he has a wand in his hand. एक hand ऊपर point कर रहा है, एक हाथ नीचे point कर रहा है. Performing magic. Yes, so he's performing magic. Correct, correct. So now just so how to read the cards? Red clothes, magic jaisa. Very right. Very true. So first just observe the card. Magician holding candle. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Very true, very true. So you see a lot of resources here. I see one coin, star mark here. I see cup, sword, wand here. And I see a lot of flowers in the background. Star sign. All right. Star sign, what is a star sign? I see infinity sign here. All right. So first of all, infinity. Yes, exactly. So a first step, okay, don't jump into conclusion. Don't jump into, reading. I mean, meaning kya hai card ka. No, first just look at the card as a layman and what do you see? Just describe it. That's the first thing. And the next thing is the theme, red clothes. Yes, absolutely. And the four elements. Absolutely, you're right. And then you start telling me ki, what energy do you get? That as is this a positive energy, negative energy in general? What is the how do you feel? How do you feel when you look at this picture? Positive, yes, because it's a magician, right? So magician matlab kya? I can turn this bottle into phone. I can turn this candle holder into pen. I can do anything, right? So what is the theme or scheme of this card? I can do anything. I have powers. I have skills and knowledge. It's not overconfidence, but it's a magician energy. You understand? Fine? Are you all with me? So what this magician is doing, एक हाथ ऊपर है मतलब he is harnessing divine power and he is channelizing, point कर रहे हैं नीचे. right? So he's using the spiritual power to create something in materialistic world. Now just look at him. He knows when to use what kind of resources. All the resources are at his disposal, but is he using all those resources at once? No. So he has knowledge, skills, judgment, plus intuitive abilities. You all agree? Okay, fine. Just magician है मतलब सब एक साथ नहीं यूज कर रहे हैं. And if you see around, there are flowers are blooming, greenery is there. It indicates abundance, right? So whatever the power which is being channelized, it is for the betterment of the society. Are you all agree? Do you all agree? Are you all understanding? So this is the basic way to interpret the cards. Okay, don't directly jump into conclusion. Okay, just look at the picture. Okay, then sense the energy. Then see, what that picture is trying to tell you. All right. So now you will just stay with me. We are going to learn and analyze many cards together, and at the end you'll be able to connect the dots. Okay, and I'm sure you'll be able to give me readings then. Now let's move on.